Hey guys, welcome to our next episode. We finally have one. Sorry about the mini break. We had some things going on. We just want to let you know what today's episode was about. ASMR. Just kidding. It's about Tuplas.
Yeah, this is a different format for us. This is our first
researched. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun too.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I've been drinking. Not alcohol. Well, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. Okay, actually, our episode today is about tulpas. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a being or an object created through a spiritual or mental powers. This is actually a concept borrowed through Tibetan Buddhism. I think the best way to describe it is a thought experiment.
Yes, exactly.
And then it's a concept in that same kind of vein. It's a concept that if enough people bring something into thought, that it's comes into reality, so to speak.
Yeah, basically your thoughts give it power, kind of.
Exactly, exactly. I think throughout the research, minus all the weird stories we read, I saw a lot of stuff on YouTube and what I was reading that says how you can make your own
tulpa. I know. Okay, so I was do I go for it?
I know.
But I am mentally ill. I'm gonna bring out some weird ass shit
but
into this
we
world.
can actually get to that later because I've actually read that it's actually good for people who are cuckoo bananas like you and I.
Oh, sweet.
It can actually help with that, which we'll get into that a little bit more later. So I think, do you want to just kind of jump right in? I honestly think we're just going to talk about, the most famous of the tulpas, of the thought forms first, and that is Slender Man.
Yes.
So, we have, the same thing for the most part about, what it is. It was a meme created by Something Awful in 2009. It was a Photoshop contest.
Yeah. It was actually a guy named Eric Knudsen. I hope I'm not butchering that.
This is why I went with Something Awful.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a Photoshop contest.
And I would say, just for those of you who don't know who or what Slenderman is, I think the best way to describe him is Jack Skellington, but without any physical facial features.
Yes.
It's just a long white gangly man. And even the same proportions as Jack. I feel his fingers are longer though.
Yeah.
But basically Jack Skellington, if you don't know who that is, then I'm so sorry. I realize that maybe not everybody even knows who that is. But yeah, he's just really long and tall and lanky and just white and wears a black suit.
Yeah, basically. It's if you took Jack Skellington and then you bring him to the chocolate factory where they tried to stretch out the one chick on the taffy stretcher.
Yeah, okay.
You'd have Slenderman. Yeah.
That's good. That's a good one. I just he's a beanpole.
Yeah.
He's a skinny little man and he wears a suit. He's kind of eerie.
He looks like every tall emo boy I was attracted to in high school.
I was just gonna say, he looks like the emo version of Jack Skellington.
Yeah, the tall, skinny emo boys.
Yep. I mean, the same. It's so gross. They were so pale. Oh God. Okay. So the contest obviously worked really well because Slenderman quickly went viral. Mm-hmm. And he's actually been included in several works of art and fiction since his inception. He even has a couple video games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and they're so fun.
Are they? I think I would shit myself. And then I think there was a movie within the last year, maybe 2 years.
Few.
Oh, a few. Yeah. Okay.
And then there's obviously the Marble Hornet videos on YouTube.
I don't even know what that is.
What?
Okay, Marvel Hornets?
Marble.
I was I don't like superheroes.
Same.
Marble Hornets.
Marble Hornet videos.
Look up Marble Hornet. Oh, are you going to shit your pants? Yes.
When I was in middle school and they first came out, Totally, because I thought Slenderman was fucking real.
Okay, well, in my defense, I also thought it was real because I was retarded, basically. So it came out in 2009, so I would have been, 18, 19, depending on when it was.
Yeah.
And, it just was wait, what?
Yeah.
What? I think that was, the year that one movie came out, too, and it scared the shit out of me, with, the home video, and I thought that shit was fucking real. Oh, fuck.
Home video of Blair Witch?
No, Jesus Christ, Haley! How old do you think I am?
There was a remake.
Was a year ago. Good Lord Jesus.
Was it that?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't 2009. It was recently.
True. Yeah.
What were those? Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
the first one, I thought it was real. I was so scared. I was stupid, Haley. I don't know. I think I was just, more sensitive to it because, I was starting to expose myself more to it. Yeah. And I was like, what the nope?
I specifically remember when I was actually first found out about Slenderman.
You would have been, really young because, Jesus, I'm, 7 years older than you, 6, 7 years older than you. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It was out at the Rod and Gun Club.
Oh, no.
After dark.
Shut the fuck up.
In the golf course.
You still gotta go home.
Yep.
At least it wasn't out by, Kiddie Pond. At night, that area is so scary. It's, dark
It's
as
dark.
hell.
Well, that's the thing. It was Jordan who told me, so you know that fucking asshole had me over by the tree line.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go out as far as we possibly can.
Exactly.
Or by the fucking back lakes.
Oh God, right?
Or the old rod. Not that you ever went out there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, but
yeah.
hate it.
But it's eerily dark.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of put it into perspective, it's a camping club, so the only place that's, lit is, there's a couple, quote-unquote street lights.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
The whole entire park.
It's a big park.
It's a good-sized park. There's really not a lot of lighting, so, it gets... And I loved it, when you'd be sitting in, the basketball course and be, quiet time. And it'd just be,
yeah, the lights just...
oh... It gets dark as hell, so I understand why I would be fucking terrified. Especially because, essentially, what this guy's known for is, he mostly does, kids, right?
Yes.
He
doesn't do kids.
Yeah, I did not like the way that came out of my mouth. But, long story short, he, murders and kidnaps and, tortures them to death. And, like I said, major focus on children.
Yeah. Or there's a lot of, hiding behind tree lines and stuff like that.
And, another thing that's made him, I think, that helped him go viral so fast was that he didn't have, a direct motive.
Yes,
He's just a dick.
Mm-hmm. He was just...
I don't even know, why. Honestly, and then when I think about some of, the ones that I read or the ones that I've listened to, it's just, why, though? There is no rhyme or reason for him, popping up and be time to die.
Yeah.
It's murdering time.
Well, that actually kind of ties in with what we'll talk about later on as to, people who seem to really follow him. They don't have any sort of motive, so they just kind of make it up themselves.
Yeah, which I think, fortunately or unfortunately, because of his, nature, it's oh, whatever. It's just weird. There was something else I was going to say when we were talking about this. It popped up in my brain, and now it's gone, because that's how it works in that shit show. I think back to the motive thing. I think when I first heard about it, I remember I was laying in bed. It was dark as fuck. Nobody was home. And I'm well, what? And then I remember because they said he had no motive, but the more you thought about him, the more he saw you. I'm fuck. How do I not? Because it's okay. Try not to think about penguins. It's that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So I'm how do I not think about help?
Yeah.
I was really fucked up for a week.
Well, and then, okay. Because it's it's almost intrusive thoughts, where it's you're so focused on not focusing on this
that you're
one
gonna
thing
focus
that
on it.
It's all you can think about.
Exactly. But it's when somebody tells you not to, just out of instinct. Not necessarily someone's hey, don't go through my purse. I'm not going to go through their purse. But for instance, I remember I was with a group of my friends. This is not related to this at all, but just kind of a general idea. We were changing from the pool, and my friend was don't look, and I'm what? And you know what I mean? It didn't register. I was just what'd you say? And then I was oh, that's what you said. Yeah. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So it's just very intrusive. You can't get away from it because, like, the more you don't think about it or try not to think about it, because you trying not to think about it means you are thinking about it.
Exactly.
And, like, even now, like, the paranoia sets in and be like, oh my god, he's gonna come in like fucking mommy.
Yeah, and well, that's part of what he does too, is he, like, drives you mad.
Oh yeah, because you can't, like, oh ew, okay.
Yeah, by, like, stalking and, like, being stuck in your brain.
Teepee.
Yeah.
And, like, doesn't he have, like, little tentacles?
Yeah,
like,
he's got those tendrils.
Ooh,
which, okay, so in my research, people like to sexualize Southern men so much.
My god, I think I see, like, okay, so Laugh Podcast on the left, they do all those, like, weird fucking, but, like, there's sexy time stories with, like, Bigfoot and shit.
Yeah. Oh, and they're listener pastas, yes.
And I remember listening to it somewhere. I don't know if it was last podcast or a different one that I just... Because I like to just listen to creepypastas.
Yeah.
And I remember one of them was, like, this girl was, like, trying to... Like, she was trying to get in his, like, little posse. And, like, she was just very, like... Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So, like, somebody was like, okay, let's make him sexy.
Yeah, Slender Man, but make him sexy.
But, like, I mean, like, realistically, who wants a tall, skinny, beanful white boy?
No one with any sort of sense.
I'm just saying, like, not my type. I mean, if it's your type, to each their own. But
if that's your type, God bless you.
I'm so sorry. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with it, just not for me.
There's currently someone else in the room, and she's trying so hard to be quiet right now.
It's okay. You can laugh. You don't have to keep it in. We appreciate it. Oh, speaking of that, we're in the house.
Oh, the house. From my first episode on this podcast.
Yeah, so if shit fucking goes down.
And she's looking around the room. She's
just don't look in the bathroom. But, yeah, so I think, because we are kind of running close to the end of time, so we'll just cut this off now.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of jump into a major Slender Man story. Like, the biggest one that I know of.
Yeah, to date.
Unless you have, like, other things, like, to kind of describe him. Because I feel like you know a little bit more.
Not really, but I will say that there's been other figures like Slender Man in a lot of different cultures.
Yes, and actually we will be getting into that.
Yeah.
I just kind of, like, led into it with the, I have it here, with the, big story out of Wisconsin a couple years ago. So I kind of brought me into, like, you know.
Yeah,
research
definitely.
is a funny thing.
Research is a funny thing.
So we will see you in part 2. Okay, bye.
Bye.